Clutter is often dismissed as a cosmetic issue, something that can be ignored until there is more time to deal with it. In reality, the state of our living spaces shapes how we think, feel, and act. A messy home does more than create visual noise. It quietly drains focus, increases stress, and chips away at daily motivation. Over time, physical clutter has a way of turning into mental clutter, influencing decisions and routines in subtle but powerful ways. When our homes are filled with unfinished projects, piles of unused items, and disorganized storage, they begin to reflect a life lived reactively rather than intentionally. Understanding the true cost of clutter is the first step toward restoring order, clarity, and control. The psychological toll of constant disorder a cluttered home places a steady cognitive burden on the mind. Each visible item competes for attention, even when we believe we are ignoring it. This constant stimulation can make it difficult to relax or concentrate, leading to mental fatigue that carries into other areas of life. Studies in environmental psychology suggest that disorder increases stress levels by triggering a sense of unfinished business. When the brain perceives chaos in the surrounding space, it also struggles to feel settled. This can manifest as irritability, anxiety, or a persistent feeling of being behind. Over time, the psychological toll extends beyond the home itself. Decision-making becomes harder, productivity suffers, and small challenges feel larger than they are. The mess becomes a background signal of overwhelm, reinforcing the idea that life is unmanageable even when it is not. How clutter disrupts daily routines. Order supports momentum. When systems are clear, tasks flow naturally from one to the next. Clutter interrupts this rhythm. Searching for keys, tools, or paperwork wastes time and energy that quickly adds up. Disorganized spaces also increase friction around basic habits. Cooking becomes less appealing when counters are crowded. Cleaning feels more daunting when there is no clear place to put things. Exercise routines are easier to skip when gear is buried or rooms feel cramped. This disruption can cascade into larger lifestyle patterns. Missed routines lead to decreased motivation. Decreased motivation leads to avoidance. Eventually, clutter shifts from being a symptom to becoming a cause of disorganization in wider life responsibilities. The hidden financial cost of holding too much clutter does not just affect mental and emotional well-being. It also creates real financial costs. Duplicate purchases are common when items cannot be found easily. Storage solutions are bought reactively instead of strategically. Valuable space is taken up by things that provide no return. In some cases, clutter prevents people from using assets they already own. Garages filled with unused items no longer house vehicles. Storage sheds become inaccessible. Even vehicles can reflect this pattern when tools and supplies are loosely scattered instead of intentionally stored. Simple organization upgrades, such as a properly used F150 storage toolbox, can transform efficiency and prevent waste, but only when paired with the discipline to limit what is kept. There is also an opportunity cost. Space occupied by clutter cannot be used for creative work, rest, or income-generating activities. Over years, this hidden cost quietly compounds. Emotional weight and identity confusion. Clutter carries emotional residue. Many objects are kept out of guilt, nostalgia, or obligation rather than usefulness. Each of these emotions ties energy to the past, making it harder to move forward with clarity. When the home is filled with items that no longer align with current values or goals, it creates identity confusion. The environment reflects who a person was rather than who they are becoming. This mismatch can feel unsettling, as though growth is being resisted by the very space meant to support it. Letting go is often framed as loss, but in practice it creates alignment. Releasing items that no longer serve a purpose allows the home to reflect present priorities. This alignment strengthens self-trust and reinforces intentional living. Creating order as a path to stability. Reducing clutter is not about perfection or minimalism for its own sake. It is about creating systems that support ease and stability. Order provides predictability, and predictability reduces stress. Effective organization starts with clear boundaries. Every item should have a designated place. When space runs out, it is a signal to reassess what is necessary. This approach encourages mindful ownership rather than accumulation. Consistency matters more than intensity. Small daily actions, such as returning items to their place or clearing one surface, prevent disorder from rebuilding. Over time, these habits create an environment that supports calm, focus, and resilience. Conclusion: the cost of clutter reaches far beyond untidy rooms. A messy home shapes thoughts, habits, finances, and emotional health in ways that are easy to overlook and hard to undo. By acknowledging the connection between physical spaces and inner life, it becomes clear that order is not a luxury, but a foundation. Creating a more organized home is an act of self-respect. It signals readiness to live with intention rather than reaction. When clutter is reduced, space opens up not just in closets and cupboards, but in the mind and in daily life. Read more on hogdigest.com.